Hunter's not here.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Hunter's office. He ain't here. It's Podzilla After Dark here on the Podzilla 1985 network. I didn't know he was actually gone. I wasn't paying attention. Well, we're going to keep it rolling anyway. Hey, what's up? My name's Shannon Young. I'm going to be your host tonight. It's going to be a very interesting night full of worship. He's coming back. He looks pissed. He's muted though, so I can't hear how mad he is.
Must you?
Oh, so with us tonight, Mr. Jesse Kimball.
Hey.
It's Lindsay. No, Shannon, don't make jokes about it. It's Lindsay Wolfgong.
Yeah, I'm here.
Lindsay, why did the chicken cross the road?
Because I didn't cook it properly.
To arise. He had to get up. Arise, chicken.
That joke doesn't make any
Chicken
goddamn
arise.
sense.
Right.
It's Shelby Chan.
Hey, that's me.
And actually here, Double H.
Yeah, now I'm going to go get my tea. I'll be back.
All right. Should we wait or? No, I'm kidding. We weren't any further.
Are you awake?
Already go.
While he's gone, I have an important announcement to make. The luck of the Irish has run out. The king is mortal. I, Shannon Young, am scheduled for my first ever surgery on April 1st. That's right. I'll be going in for surgery on April Fool's Day. Now, what does that mean for you, the listener? Well, that means if I die, no one's going to believe it.
Oh, no.
And
I already see Shannon trying to talk Lindsay into telling the group chat that you died on the operating table.
you goddamn
I already
snitch.
requested the day off so that I can, bring him home afterwards. So
Lindsay,
hopefully it's not a body bag.
Lindsay can't wait to snitch, apparently. That's why she's got the sewing needle, because she's got stitches.
So are you inferring that Lindsay told me that plan and that's how I knew?
And
Hang on, I need
to give herself stitches.
I mean,
I need to answer a different inference. Is Lindsay inferring that if Shannon dies, she's going to bring him home as a corpse?
in a body bag.
Hopefully not in a body bag. Why would you take him?
Lindsay,
away from there?
just
When he's not dead.
throw me in a
Weekend
ditch,
at Birmingham.
fill me with
Because
cream.
I want to be a real
Cream.
warlock, damn it.
Oh my God.
I think I would like, and I want to say it now, worst case scenario, and God forbid that happens, Jesse, and then I do the John Panette and I'll look up like this. That's the little thing the little prairie does.
Not that we can see you because you're in total darkness again.
Well, hello, darkness, my old friend. Give me about a month and we'll be more acquainted.
Oh my God.
If I die, I demand, nay, beg, that you guys use me in some type of Weekend at Bernie's type scenario, like Shelby said.
Yeah, it's something we could do. We could do that.
I need you
We can
to
make that work.
puppet me
That's
behind
why
the desk at work. That would be hilarious.
That's why Lindsay's going to take him home in a body bag. Should that
Right.
happen?
We need the body.
Yeah, it needs the body. Lindsay's going to work on her taxidermy skills. And
I said she could
I'll
have
get to work on the
taxidermy.
puppetry.
Yes, she could have taxidermy in the house over my dead body, and she took it. She took that as a challenge.
Shannon, if I had to puppet you and make you look alive, I could just do bits from SNL like you want to hear a joke. God. And they'd be like, that's him. That's him. He's still
He's
here.
fine. He's,
Shannon.
yeah,
If you want to make me look more lifelike, just sit me there and make me look sad all day, like Al Bundy. I mean, that's how I look anyway. So hey,
Hey, can I pitch an idea? to
no
you?
thanks, Jose. Yeah,
I'm joking. We
Yeah.
should make a Clerks type film,
oh
but
no.
about you at the store, and borrow that bit from Married with Children wholesale.
Okay.
Like someone's spying on you, and they're like, "What is he doing?" And you come in, they're like, "Well, let's watch his routine, see what he does." You
Yeah.
just sit down behind the counter with your head in your hands.
Yes.
And it just says 4 hours later, and you just grab a paper bag and open up for your lunch. That was one of my favorite bits from Married with Children. Just to have the look on his face. He turns on the lights, he unlocks the doors and all that, and then he sits on that stool and just full blown goes, "Ugh." It ruins me.
Oh God. Except Ethan would be there talking at my corpse the whole time.
that would really sound weird.
that makes it.
And considering how lifeless I am sometimes, he might not be able to tell the difference. He's literally sitting there trying to pour the coffee down my throat. He's like, why ain't you hammering any? Shannon, it's getting cold. It's getting cold.
You are not going to die from hernia surgery.
No, I assume not. But like I did. So, all right. To peel back the curtain, when I talked to the doctor today, a couple funny things. I said this in the group chat. My favorite thing is the nurse came in after the doctor had spoken to me, and one of the first things she did when I told her I was worried about some things, she said, "Well, I'm sure the doctor talked to you about the risk versus reward and what could happen." He didn't say a word of that to me. This doctor, pretty much all he did was I lifted my shirt up, I showed him my hernia. He looked shocked by it, which isn't the first time I've seen that reaction when my shirt comes off in front of somebody.
That's what you want.
And then he then starts to poke and prod at it. And like, it doesn't hurt normally. So I didn't even think I really needed the surgery. But the moment this man put 2 fingers against it and started to push it back into me, oh my God, it hurt so bad. Yeah, it sucked. So, and I told him, I was like, well, that actually kind of hurts. He goes, yeah, I'm trying to push it back in. And I said, I'm aware. It hurts. And the only other thing he said to me was, all right, here's the schedule. Come on in. We'll get you taken care of. And then he like high-fived me and left.
Please tell me he actually did high five.
No, he shook my hand. He was nice,
That makes much more sense.
But yeah, when the nurse came in, she was, she thought he had just discussed everything with me. So then we talked about the things that I'm actually afraid of because of my blood pressure. There is a chance, and there's always a chance with anything. Like, I'm aware of that. But there's a chance that I could, my blood pressure could just drop immensely because I'm on blood pressure medication. And you can die if your blood pressure drops too far. That is the thing that happens. And so, as I told her, I WebMD'd it a bunch, and she looked at me. I've seen that glare. I haven't seen that glare since circa 2015 to 2020.
You never mention you do that to doctors ever.
Yeah,
you pretend you don't know that shit exists. Like,
Yep.
WebMD. What is this?
Am I saying that right?
Is that like internet in Maryland? She was understanding, and she was like, yeah, I wouldn't do that. I was like, I know. And she was cool. We talked about it, but she assured me he's a great doctor, that there's, you're going to be fine, and you'll be in and out the same day. It shouldn't be too much of a big deal. Like I told Lindsay, what I'm afraid of is actually being put asleep, because I've never been put asleep before. And the idea of losing consciousness, kind of like that, actually kind of scares me, because it makes me feel like it's going to be that fucking marijuana trip I had last week, where I zoned out and I started panicking because I felt like I was going to lose control.
It's going to be the best sleep of your life is what it's going to be. When you wake up, you are going to be very satisfied.
If I wake up, right, Lindsay?
Oh, God.
You're gonna wake up.
It's going to be just
The
fine.
doctor didn't even give you the risk versus reward. Essentially what he's saying is you're fucked if you don't get this surgery, so there are no risks. This is only reward.
I mean, he did mention once or twice.
We're down here.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's a super low risk procedure just in general.
I mean, it's a common one, but like I said to the nurse, and she agreed with, and I said it a second ago, there's a risk in anything. There's a risk when you brush your teeth that you're going to slip and jam your post office up through your head, or toothbrush, or whatever it's called.
Jam your post office up through your head.
Let's get you to the neurologist after we go through this and see.
No, he's actually 4 days before the surgery.
Crossed.
Yeah. I have a neurosurgeon appointment on the 27th. Yeah.
You want a guy who's cavalier about it. I know it seems like you shouldn't, but when Sarah was going through her stuff, every time that anybody would come in and tell us, like, here's what's going on or whatever, immediately me and her parents will look at each other and go, that guy sounds like this is a Tuesday for him. That's what I want. I want this to be the most normal, like, we did the thing, we cut the thing out, she'll be awake in an hour. That's what you want.
Oh, you do, but there's a doctor, I'm not going to say his name, at
Dr. Nick?
At St. Francis. No. He shares a name. Let's just say he shares a name with a famous bending robot from Futurama.
Okay.
He was absolutely cavalier and gung-ho when Lindsay and I left the hospital when my mom was in there and I was worried about her. He pulled us aside and was like, she's going to be fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, really put it over. She never woke up. So And I'm not saying you're wrong because you're right. Yeah, just
that guy though.
and I'm not going to say his name. I don't want to bend the rules and get myself in trouble at all. Motherfucker of the week this week, by the way, is Wavis Jordan.
What is that?
God. Well, look, it blew his mind, Shannon.
Yeah,
That blows his mind.
like Bob said, he needed more nibbles.
Felonies.
That a death certificate could cause him his job as the coroner. Oh my God.
Not even worried about the fact that he stole. Oh my God.
I can't believe these rules in this article of Confederation could keep me from being president. What kind of shit is that?
So they had, I think, family members, law enforcement, all these people testify. He went for a bench trial instead of a jury trial, which is interesting. Yeah. I think he requested it. And from the article that I read and the news story I watched from KFS 12 said that there was overwhelming evidence to his guilt.
I can confirm that there was overwhelming evidence to his guilt.
Oh my God.
So, which is why, like, Bob sent me his post, and I think Jesse sent it too. My post was right. Oh God, this is funny. I didn't realize this. My post is right below Wavis's post on Bob's line. And so my post, it just says, well, and it says former Cape Drowner, coroner found guilty. And then the next one above that is Wavis saying, pray for me. It did not go well.
Look, yeah, because so they had like because I think the pray for me it did not go well was what he said yesterday after the trial. No, and then today was sentencing.
No, it was today that post.
Oh, today when he posted that.
Yeah. Both of them. I know for people out there who have no idea what it is. So it was somebody most of us worked with in the mall. He was a security guard at the time when we worked at.
All of us.
Yeah, I just didn't know about Hunter because he went to Sykeston. So I don't know if he ever got to meet Wavis.
At the mall, yeah. So sorry, I was looking for something else, but yes, forever. Yeah, he was. I was going to say he was there when I started.
So we all knew Wavis. We all liked Wavis. He's a very nice guy.
Well,
I liked him at the time.
Yeah, his quirks.
I didn't know him well enough to say I did or didn't like him. Honestly, I was aware of him.
No, he came into the store all the time.
There, and that was kind of it.
Yeah, he went into every store all the time, and like he was always chatting up. Like he was a nice guy.
Yeah, except for that time that he walked in, and I was working with Brian. I don't know if Brian remembers this. And he walked up, and first thing he looks at Brian, he goes, "Now, are you a homosexual?" And I said,
I remember that.
And I said, wait, you can't ask him that. Yeah. But so he was the security guard when we knew him and we all liked him. And then the next thing I know, he's running for county coroner. And I'm like, hey, good on you, Wavis, because he worked in a funeral home before he did the security guard thing. Then he went full MAGA Trumpist and he was already conservative.
He was already super conservative Republican, like ultra Christian guy.
And even at that point, I still liked him. I saw Wavis and I talked to him whenever I did see him, and we said hi. We always got along. And then I found out that he also stole from the dead and didn't believe in COVID, so no one died from COVID, and he was changing answers on his job, as Hunter said, and that's when I finally went, okay, fuck him. Man,
yeah. As the county coroner, he refused to put COVID-19 as cause of death on any death certificate.
When I read, he also changed certain deaths, like suicides. He would not rule as suicides because he didn't want to upset the family. And that's like the one thing they're like, well, we kind of see why he would do that. I mean, as a nice thing to do, but at the same time, that's not your job. Yeah. So
you have to do things like by the books. Like you can't just like spare family.
Right.
And then, like Shannon's right. Like he literally stole from the dead. Like
yes, overwhelming evidence.
So he did it more than once. He stole from the dead several times. The only one they had like super proof of, they had police showing. Yeah, it was a wallet.
Yeah.
There was a wellness check. Like the person was dead. They had video evidence, like body cam footage, as well as like photographic evidence of the wallet and its contents.
Which had money.
which had cash in it. It was surrendered to Wavis. The family requested it. There is like body cam footage of like the entire thing going to Wavis and then like leaving Wavis's possession going to the family. Before going to Wavis, it had cash. When it left Wavis's possession, there was no cash.
There's literally no other thing that could have happened. You know what I mean? Like this is not we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. No, there's absolutely nothing.
There were several other cases where there was enough reasonable doubt that they didn't even bring it up. Yeah. That's the only one that they had like irrefutable evidence of, like, he absolutely stole that money. Because there was another situation where a family member, they're like, hey, he always keeps $100 bill in his sock. Where was that? And then, they go away with like, oh, he didn't have anything on him. And the family was like, he always kept $100 bill in his sock for emergencies. And Wavis just pocketed that.
But much like the great president of the United States, our wonderful Donald Trump, because Wavis claims God and religion, people are very forgiving and supportive. And, he ran for county coroner again while he had already been kicked out of the position, more or less. He ran for it again. He lost, but he ran for it.
Miserably.
So,
he got almost no votes, which I was really worried going into that one, that there were 3 other individuals that were pretty well qualified for the job. And I was really worried that the 3 of them were going to split enough of the vote that Wavis being, known by the community at large, because it's not just like the 5 of us that know him. Most of the county knows who Wavis is. He actually was the, what do you want to call it? The
thief.
No. My sister-in-law's wedding. He officiated my sister-in-law's wedding. Like, everybody fucking knows Wavis.
Well, maybe Wavis can just go ahead and Wavis, if you're listening, and I know you're not, go ahead and tweet at Real Donald Trump or whatever they call it, and see if he'll give you a pardon.
He'll do it. Yeah. He's got it. He'll take care of you.
Sure. He said he is going to follow what the Bible says.
The Bible. There is another motherfucker of the week, though, that I was going to mention earlier this week.
Is it Tanner for last night? No, I kid. I kid.
No. It's Pat McAfee.
Uh-oh, I gotta go.
Who has to shut the fuck up.
I need to leave.
He has to fucking stop talking.
That's Jesse's boyfriend.
Imagine. Oh, I can't imagine that Jesse would defend any of the shit that he had to say.
Jesse, I'm kidding. I can feel your look. I don't have to look at it.
I like Pat McAfee a lot, and when he says stupid ass shit, I don't defend him. Like, he said something fucking stupid.
Well, is this about the Canada thing?
Yeah, so at the Elimination Chamber, the WWE pay-per-view this past weekend, they, for whatever reason, they did the national. It was in Canada. It was in Toronto, and they did the national anthem before it, which is they don't normally do. Like, if WWE does anything, they do America the Beautiful at WrestleMania. They don't do the actual national anthem. Well, guess what? It got booed. What a surprise, considering fucking presidents trying to annex their country.
That's true.
It got booed, which he apparently took offense to, because throughout the night, multiple times they would say something about Canada. It was like 2 or 3 times. He would be like, yeah, well, they booed the national anthem. That's what they get. Stop that mess, or something like that. And it was really awkward. Like, it had nothing to do with the show and what was happening. He would just throw it out there. I didn't even know what happened at the show. I thought he was doing it because they had booted at a hockey game recently. But then it came out, no, they did it before the WWE event, and he got pissed off.
I feel like that's why they did it, is because they knew it would get, heat. I know it's not like good heat, but it gets the crowd heated,
That was my thought too, because like Hunter said, from what I've been told, they never do the national anthem.
Yeah, I don't understand that. I thought I can see where you would think it might be part of a bit. Here's the thing, though. Pat McAfee then goes on his show.
Oh no!
Throughout the week, and says, and I quote, "Now, Canada, listen. There have been some things said to me from Canadians that I guess I respect because of the passion you have for your country." He guesses. Which I hope you understand that I was showing the same for mine. You booed my country. Now, I heard a lot from Canadians during the national anthem at the Rogers Center, overwhelmingly and very loud boos. First reaction whenever the national anthem starts up there is for some of these Canadians to start booing. So my entire life, my first reaction whenever someone starts booing the national anthem is fuck you. I'm very thankful that I'm from Pittsburgh in the United States of America. I'm very proud of the United States of America. Is everything perfect? No. But my dad went from being a truck driver to a millionaire because he taught his son a work ethic that anything is possible on this land here in the United States. I know we're not the only country that has had that happen, but in my life, that is the case. He goes on about moving to Indiana, blah, 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 blah. Anyway. So anytime I've ever heard someone boo the national anthem, my natural reaction is let's fight. That is literally my natural reaction. It's not how natural works, Pat, but okay. A lot of Canadians have told me, why don't you do a little investigating on why we're booing? Did you hear what your president said? And then Pat says, okay, I understand there are political differences at the current moment between us and Canada. I feel like anytime I think of Canada, I don't think about what Justin Trudeau does. I don't think immediately of his decisions. I don't think immediately of what Canada is doing in the political sphere. I think of poutine. I think of the magical times I had at Niagara Falls as a teenager. I understand now from Canadians they have a lot more passion for their country than I could have ever imagined. A lot of terrible things have been said about me, and I understand it. You boo my country. I called your country terrible. Let's shake hands.
He also
shut the fuck up.
Little known fact.
Shut the fuck up, Pat.
No, let me. Okay, yeah. Little known fact. McAfee was up for the role of Captain America before Chris Evans. He turned it down.
So McAfee was also getting like straight up death threats about this stuff, like not just to him, but also to his 2-year-old daughter, 1-year-old daughter.
Which, for the record,
And that's not okay.
yeah, for the record, we don't okay that at all. That's death threats are a little bit over the border.
No,
so
but this is
speak.
also a ridiculous response.
It is. Well, because he didn't have to say anything, turns out.
No.
You know,
No.
Just saying, man.
None of this was necessary.
Yeah.
None of it at all.
I'd like to see the Morton Jankel cut of what he said. Anyway.
And like it's one of those things where I like to think that that was all like they were doing it for heat. They were doing it to get a reaction. Like that makes the most sense to me there. And they had told McAfee like, make sure you're bringing it up because that's important. And he also like has more than a few times kept kayfabe on his show, but he's also just kind of like big dumb jock guy sometimes.
He's very big dumb jock guy.
Yeah.
Which, he says
stupid ass shit. To McAfee's credit, a lot of times when he says stupid ass shit, if it's pointed out to him that like, that was pretty fucking stupid, he'll apologize and walk it back.
Well,
but,
no, because
so far it doesn't sound like he's
if you boo his national anthem, you fight. That's just a rule.
He says, "Let's fight." Fuck you.
We call
that's his natural reaction after he just described how he had to learn reaction. But okay,
we call
whatever
that.
You say that.
It's a McAfee must. And that brings us to our newest segment on the show called McAfee Musts of the Week. That's your McAfee Musts of the Week. We'll be back next week with an all new McAfee Must of the Week. All right.
We won't forget this bit immediately.
I'm not gonna remember tonight. I guess we should also mention motherfucker of the week, John Cena.
I was gonna suggest him at first, and then I remembered McAfee was a dumbass. Yeah, it's John Cena, right?
Yeah, what
he's
a bastard!
Bad now.
The first time in 20 years, he's awful man. I do like the idea of the Break-A-Wish Foundation, though.
The fucking Break-A-Wish Foundation was the one that got me. That was the title that broke me.
Yeah.
Did you read the deal where apparently The Rock wanted Cody at WrestleMania, and basically they had to go to war with him about not doing that?
No, but I don't doubt it at all.
So evidently, and this is Meltzer, it's Dave Meltzer, so take it with every grain of salt, but his word is that Rock jumped in at the last minute, said, let's do me and Cody at WrestleMania. Triple H was like, let's don't do that, please. And had to squabble with him, and it was Cody who had to go, that's a really bad idea, and for whatever reason, Rock agreed to the both of them. And so then they set up the plan with John Cena. Cody was like, this is good, this will work really well, and they went ahead with that. And it did. I mean, to be fair, this is a far more compelling story than just Rock shows up whenever the fuck he feels like it and decides to piss Cody off.
Hey, Rock, go fuck yourself.
They have played that clip ad nauseum.
Yeah, and it's funny every time. I never get tired of hearing it. We're going to have that on the soundboard sooner than later. Yes. I think that's about it for the motherfuckers I can think of right now, other than,
this week.
The always obvious ones that win every time. So let's go ahead and jump into that top 5 of the night. Really quick, Lindsay, what's our top 5?
The top 5 video game characters that you would hire to replace your Google Home, Alexa, or Siri.
Yep, and I'm surprising Lindsay with a special top 5. We're doing on the spot because I was talking to Megan about it today, and we agreed it would be good. 5 least favorite starter Pokemon. We're not actually doing that tonight, but maybe in a future show.
I was going to say I would love to
episode.
do that. Yes, but
Number
not right
one,
now.
put all the monkeys on there. I don't.
There's one that is a starter.
There's 2.
Chimchar and I thought there was
Oh,
another
There
one,
are
yeah.
2. Never mind.
Oh,
I like
did
one of them.
the Pokemon Queen just get taken to school by a mere commoner?
The problem is you forget that I used one of those monkey Pokemon as my starter.
Was it Grookey?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's at least the right answer. All right. Before we get to we're definitely gonna do something Pokemon related this month. I can tell.
Yes, you will.
Hunter, before we get to that top 5, you know what I need.
Mm-hmm.
Need the names.
I can't go get that right now. I'm low on gas, and you need a jacket. That okay. I can do that.
Yeah.
It just starts ridiculous from the beginning. One of them is Way of the Tampoo Plots.
I don't like that one.
I don't either. I'm fonder of Woody and the Parakeet. I do like that one.
That's a good show. I think that's coming to Fox. That had Nicole Eggert.
There's also Stabby Barnacles. World's Biggest Slut Machine. Which is just a typo. That's all that is, just a typo. Robot Sheriff Girl.
That's
also an anime, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Lindsay's got that one.
Oh, God. I don't like this one. Only fans for animals. I'm not a fan of that at all. At all, in any way, at all.
Animals.
Mustard in the Wild. Mustard in the Wild is pretty good. I also like Peppermint Potato. Sexual Metamucil.
We gotta change that one.
Sure. Clarity Around the Crevasse. I know what that's from.
Yes, you do.
John R. Monkey with 2 E's, of course. Dire Rat Diaper Rash is still here. I think that's an old one. And I don't know if this is or not, but I just love to say, churred up, bird boy.
Sure.
I don't even know what that means.
By the way, clarity around the crevasse. Just a quick one.
God.
If you haven't listened to PZ85 Plays this week, please go.
Oh.
So the short of it is, Hunter led all of our characters into this cave. We find these skeletons. A canyon, and then there is basically a black portal of swirly death that you can't see. And Kaz immediately goes, I'm gonna jump down it.
So, oh God, I'm not going to dig into this too much, but basically, yeah, it's playing Deadlands. The character, you guys all end up in this place. I described this as like an opening in a rock formation, like that was kind of like basically diagonal at the where it meets the ground, but also against the wall. So like diagonal heading down. And yeah, no shit, Kaz is like, all right, well, I'm going down.
Yeah, I'm jumping in.
Everyone goes, well, don't do that.
But
he has a lantern. He didn't even look. He's like, I'm going in. I'm like, okay.
Boom.
He answered go
So
and wagered
I roll a
for
bunch
it.
of D6s, and he goes, what are those? And I go, falling damage.
Which, spoiler alert, he also says he went in head first.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I asked him. I'm like, how do you want to go in? He's like, I just, dive in there. Okay.
60-foot
Yeah,
fall.
so
The most
60-foot
fun,
fall.
I think, is while Hunter was figuring out whether or not Kaz's character lived.
Oh my God.
I Googled it, and I said it was like any fall over 40 feet is almost always fatal. Just make a Kaz sweat a little bit.
You'll have to listen to the show to find out what happened.
It's great. It was fantastic.
Both this week and next week, because it's not over yet.
Not for him. Lord, no. But it is. But it might be over for poor Happy in the new Daredevil show. We'll see what happens.
Motherfucker.
I still haven't watched the first 2 episodes of that.
I haven't either. But I know more about it than I wish I did.
Oh, gosh. That's another story we'll tell a different time. All right, let's get to that top 5. Top 5 characters that you would replace your Alexa or your Siri with. And I don't know. Let's start with Jesse Kimball.
Hey, all right. I think I'm gonna go with Captain Anderson from Mass Effect, voiced by Keith David.
That's a good choice on the voice alone.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, that's the point. Yeah, I mean, that's a good voice for it. Like, he's
Now,
soothing.
Jesse, you missed the other part of this conversation, though.
What was
It's
the other
not their
part?
voice. You're hiring the character to replace your Siri. So, like, they're in your house.
He's
Oh,
there now.
shit.
He lives with you now.
Boy, that's
No,
going
this
to
is
make
what's
my
funnier.
first answer really
Whatever
awkward.
you didn't do, keep your list. Keep the list as it
Yeah,
is.
that's,
This is gonna be fun then. Yeah, no, Captain
Yes.
Anderson is like, he's gonna like turn on my music and shit, turn off my lights. That's fine.
Jenny, you know what I'm thinking? I'm going to phrase it this way to keep myself safe. Good night, old man.
Yeah, I was going to say, Hunter, you know what I'm thinking of? I'm about to message you. Because I would, it's not about this. It's about that joke we both heard from Herman's head.
You
You know? You remember that joke?
Less subtle. Yeah. Just gonna be sad about that.
All right, so round one, immediately Jesse owns a black man. Let's go to Shelby.
Oh, no,
No,
Jesse.
I don't. He works for us.
Yeah,
That's better, right?
he's-
Yeah, that's what they all said, wasn't it? They changed the. Jesse got one of them Texas history books, doesn't he?
In exchange
They
for room
wanted
and
to
board.
be there.
Shelby, please.
My first pick, I'm taking so that no one else can take it, is Ellen McLean or McLean. She is the voice of GLaDOS.
What?
She would have to. She
Oh,
would
now
have to be there with
it's-
a voice modulator.
It would have to be
Oh, it's just gonna be
GLaDOS.
the you get GLaDOS now.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Have fun with that.
Yay!
Gonna run so many tests.
I get to use the portal gun.
We don't have
It's a lowercase
technology,
a, right? Yeah, I got it.
She's gonna be testing us
Oh,
on
she's
random
just gonna
shit.
make multiple escape rooms. I'm even more okay with this.
Except at the end of the test, we get
That's a good choice, actually. I didn't think about that one. That's
Do
a good
you
one.
remember when they used that voice for GLaDOS, the voice actress and everything for what was it? The kaiju movie.
Pacific Rim.
Pacific Rim. It was just GLaDOS. Like, in fact, I think if I remember correctly, they almost got sued.
Because
Yeah.
that close.
It's because
Yeah,
people
I
thought
do
it was
remember that.
related to Portal. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm looking it up to make sure
yeah.
I'm not a liar. Let's go to Hunter for his first pick.
Oh, it's a Moogle. I want a Moogle. I want a Moogle
Oh,
right now.
you rat bastard.
Yeah, I want a Moogle. And now I'm aware I don't know what to feed it or how to take care of it, but we'll figure it out along the way.
I feel like it's gonna be similar to like Nothing After Midnight and Don't Get Water on It.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta be careful with him. But like he can fly, he's cute, and he makes that little sound. And I'm sure he can
Mail
tell
for
me
ya.
all the right. He can tell me all the same shit that one of those speakers can tell me, but just like in a more fun way. I also assume it comes out in like a literal word bubble beside him, like he doesn't say it
Well, do they
verbally.
have voices and do they say words? Because I was gonna pick like
Yeah.
Animal Crossing Animalese, but I was like, what the?
Oh yeah, do that for sure.
Yeah. Depending on the game, Moogles
Yeah.
either straight up talk like a human or they just make a whistly type noise and go Koopo.
No, we're going with that. He makes that little whistle noise, and yeah, he calls me Koopa all the time.
Koopa.
It'll be like having Jake just living in my house.
I'm gonna get
Computer, and I can tell it what to do.
I'm gonna get
Well,
shit
that
from
changes
Final
how
Fantasy
long it
fans here. But if I remember correctly, the first Moogle to speak and not just say Koopo was Final Fantasy VI with Stiltskin. Or no,
Mog?
Mog. What was it, Mog?
Well, Mog is the one that joins your party, but he doesn't
Yeah.
do so until late in the game.
I can't remember if Mog speaks English first or if it's in 9 has Stiltskin, who speaks
It's not Mog.
they all talk in that one. All right,
That's not
let's just
apparently it's
move
not
on.
an easy thing to Google. But the first one that comes up when you Google that is Mog. It actually says the only Moogle known to speak the human language is Mog.
Oh, that must be 6
So-
specifically because 9 has multiple Moogles speaking English.
Yeah, I mean it says that he leads the Moogles and Narsh and yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's Mog.
He's like a Moogle king. Except for that Moogle King that we've busted the ass of multiple times in Final Fantasy 14.
Who sings a similar to but legally distinct from version of This Is Halloween.
Yes. Yeah. Am I up next, Lindsay? Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. Because I didn't read the second part of your comment either, but Hunter said to keep them. So my first one's a tad awkward. It's Godzilla. Because
it's no worse than him being human sized in Fortnite. It's fine.
Well, maybe they'll shrink him down. It's not as awkward. I originally thought this was just
what
the
game
voice.
is he from?
Godzilla.
Any of them?
Because it's supposed to be from games.
Oh, is it from games?
Godzilla's in games.
Yeah, it's from games.
Oh, it could be. Let's say Godzilla on the NES, because then that's even weirder. Because it's just a giant 8-bit Godzilla. And he can't even speak to me. If I say Godzilla, what time is it?
Roar.
It's just a roar every time. I never know when he's gonna nuke my household.
You have to read the word bubble.
Oh, so much work. All right, Lindsay.
This is ridiculous.
What's your first? Yeah.
Well, I feel like my first one's a little bit more useful. I was going to take Isabel from Animal Crossing because she knows what's going on. She's in a good mood.
Yeah,
she'll start the day off right.
You got to read subtitles still because she makes that little gibble noise.
I mean, you can kind of understand them.
It's Animalese, or what's the other one? Beebalese?
Something like that.
Beebalese.
Yeah, no, there's two different versions of it. There's the ... noise, and then there's like the weird talking noise.
The little.
Mhm.
All right, before we head over to round 2, I want to thank Asa Gray and not Dalton Anthony, because Asa messaged me today and we talked a little bit about the surgery, and I appreciate Asa Gray's concern. Asa, I'm sure Dalton will get around to it when he can. He might ask me how I'm doing. We'll see what happens. I told Asa how I was afraid that I was going to die when they put me under, and he said, well, as long as you don't have a DEI anesthesiologist, you'll be fine.
Oh.
Thank you, Asa. Of course, Asa is being sarcastic, if you know Asa. Back to you, Jesse.
All right. This one's extra funny now with the new rules. Scooter from Borderlands. So the house has become considerably more dangerous.
Yes.
Because he's going to be building things in his spare time. He is from Borderlands. If you guys ever played that game, he was the one that does the catcher rides.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're going to be waking up to the sound of catch a ride.
Some of the funniest voice lines in all of video games belong to Scooter. So I'm sure he's going to have some great stuff. And by friend, I mean man that messed up my mama's lady parts.
Jesus Christ.
So many great Scooter lines.
Oh my God.
Across the series. I fucking love Borderlands. And Scooter's great. I think Scooter will be an excellent virtual assistant, except that he's going to blow up half our shit trying to automate it for us.
Correct. Yes.
But what works?
More things will not work than do, but what does work will be awesome. Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Shelby.
My next pick is going to be voiced by Brian Doyle Murray. It is where is he?
Pause for Brian.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pause for Brian.
Yeah, that was the. Were you doing the SpongeBob version, or were you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing the SpongeBob one.
Yeah, so he's the Flying Dutchman,
Yeah, he's
right?
the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, okay.
So the Flying Dutchman from all the SpongeBob games, that cackling maniacal, because it's the same one from the show, because he also voices him in the show. But yeah, I would have the Flying Dutchman replace.
So now our house is haunted as shit.
If you're gonna go
Flying Dutchman.
It will never cease to amuse me when I'm around kids who definitely grew up on SpongeBob, because I've never seen one fucking episode of SpongeBob, and they'll start to quote like SpongeBob shit, and I don't know what's going on, and they'll look at me like I should, and I'll just go, "Are you ready, kids?" And they fucking lose it. Holy shit! It's a thing, and I'm like, I can't do it past that because I don't know what he says after that. I can't. I don't. That's the one line. I can do that, and that's all.
Aye, Captain.
That's all it is. And they do that, and I'm like, cool. That's it. Okay.
Thanks,
So you can follow that next time they do it.
Christmas.
Just go, I can't hear you. That's the next
I
bit.
can hear you.
And there you go.
That one, right?
They'll absolutely lose their minds.
Yeah, that's very fun to
Oh,
me.
Lord.
Honestly, though, I think the Flying Dutchman is like the greatest part of that entire show. It's not even the main cast that I ever liked about it. It was always the side characters, and he was one of the, just like the most outlandish, and I loved it. And I was like, this is so different from normal. Like, great.
He's also Bill Murray's brother,
This is
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
actually
great.
told Jesse that earlier, and he was like, what?
Yeah, that's
Oh, you
why I
didn't know
knew about the Flying Dutchman thing, because she was talking to me about it earlier. I didn't know that dude voiced Flying Dutchman 3 hours ago. Just
Did you-
want to throw that out there.
Did you know he was Bill Murray's brother 3 hours ago?
I did not.
Okay.
He learned two things.
Yeah.
That's true.
You've seen him in a ton of stuff, Jesse. He's the boss in Christmas Vacation. He's
Oh yeah, she
He
she
voiced Captain Knuckles from Flapjack, and that's also a really good one.
she said the name and showed it to me, and I was like, oh yeah, I know that dude. He has been in so much stuff. Like,
Shit,
he's
he's
voice acting stuff.
he's the mayor in Ghostbusters 2, right?
He's the mayor in Ghostbusters, the game.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
He's also the mayor in Groundhog Day.
Uh,
right?
no, he's he's whoever has Punxsutawney Phil. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right. He's the guy who, yeah.
He
Handled.
also he was in Ghostbusters 2 for the record. He was the psychiatrist or the therapist that had the Ghostbusters. and was
Oh,
questioning
yeah,
them.
that's
Yeah.
where it is.
Yeah.
Man, I knew he was in that fucking movie, but I couldn't remember where.
All right.
Yeah, no, he's all over the place. Like, as soon as Shelby showed me a picture, I was like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah. Yep.
I think he's also the one that brokered the peace basically between Harold Ramis and Bill Murray when Harold was dying. So
Well,
yeah.
because Brian was not just an actor, but like a sketch actor in his own right and stuff. He and Bill basically did a ton of the same stuff, just different trajectories.
And it's not a Nepo hire, genuinely funny, much like a Charlie Murphy. All right, Hunter, you're up.
It's not for his voice at all, but since we're talking virtual assistants, I want BD1 from the Jedi Survivor series. I want that little guy roaming around my house, just doing things for me, doing
Absolutely.
tasks.
Yeah,
He does make little little droid beeps and
you
words
can understand
stuff,
them just like in Star Wars.
Right, exactly.
You're
Yeah,
right.
apparently it's simple. There's nothing to it. I know exactly what he's saying. So, on more than one occasion, I've looked at the Lego version and Sarah's like, "Just get it." I'm like, "I have nowhere to put him." She's like, "Just put him in the living room. I don't care. He's cute. Put him somewhere." I think she's more obsessed with that one than any other droid, and she's never played those games. But it's one of the few games that she will sit and watch me play now just to watch what BD1's doing at any given point in time. So yeah, I want BD1. I want him to replace these things. I don't need a speaker. Plus, he can follow me. Like, he can do that thing. He just jumps up on your shoulder
Yeah,
and just like rides around with you when you're around the house.
right.
It'd be great. It'll be great.
Yeah.
He'll throw me a stem when I don't feel good.
He doesn't have that damn haughty accent like a C-3PO.
Right, he's small. He's compact.
Compact.
Like he can.
He's
He's got his little jump jets. And,
you put them in your pocket and go. Well, my next pick you cannot put in your pocket and go. Much like the first pick, I think this is more awkward than anything at this point. But Hunter said keep your list, so I kept my list because I thought he has a cool voice. I said the Lich King. So the Lich King will be watching over me, just walking through the house, being spooky as shit. You know,
letting you know what the weather's like.
yeah, it's always cold.
He'll start as Shannon's assistant, but by the end of it, Shannon will be a Death Knight.
That would be nice. Well, he might get his chance on April 1st when Shannon goes in for surgery.
I knew it. I knew it
Absolutely.
was coming.
I'll be raised from the dead. Yeah, I just the Lich King's got a cool voice. I like Arthas, and I really wish I had read the actual thing because the next pick's going to be the worst one.
Because I mean, like having that coming, like that was my logic for a lot of this stuff. Is like these are the voices and personalities that are coming out of my Google Assistant, and like asking Arthas like to fucking ask your assistant to like play music or something. You get Arthas like play this from Spotify,
but in that slow march, the way he talks in the game. Play this from Spotify. Come on, do it faster. I can freaking chisel it into rock faster. All right, Lindsay.
Well, it's going to get real awkward on my next one then, because I was picking Sylvanas Windrunner because she would just be irritated at everything you ask her to do because it's just above her, and I think it would be hilarious.
God damn it, Lindsay, that was my next pick.
I would also like to say Sylvanas Windrunner.
Yeah, see, that's what I was going to say. Like, since me and Lindsay are back to back, we'll just bundle in on this one.
Yeah.
I
I'm sorry, she has an amazing voice.
She does.
But I could just be like, Sylvanas, what's the weather today? I should just like grumble and then tell you.
I would argue with her, just like I argue with the like default lady voice. I don't know what it is about them, but they're so condescending. Like in any other scenario, that's fine, but I'm usually already angry when I'm having to ask it a question.
but since she's the actual assistant, just have fucking Sylvanas Windrunner walking around the house. And I was gonna say, like, this was gonna be awkward as shit with these new rules because, like Lindsay, I was like, oh yeah, she has the fucking badass voice, and everybody knows, I think, at this point how I feel about Sylvanas Windrunner. And yeah, now having her around the house has become much, much more awkward.
Awkward, yep. Yeah, she's just grumbling in the kitchen, like, why am I helping this fool? I have better things to do.
I can
not actually helping. She's just standing there crossing her arms because all she can do is, like, dictate.
Uh-huh.
At least hit the goddamn play button, Sylvanas.
It'll be like old school Sylvanas where she's just sitting in the middle of the Undercity and just not doing anything.
Shannon, if you want to try to avoid one longer, I have a suggestion for you that would be very good for your list.
Okay.
Because I wrote this one down, but I wouldn't have picked them. Bagley from Watch Dogs Legion. I'll get it right in a second.
Oh, since I've already done 2 bad ones and I've got one more really bad one, I'm scratching one and I'm going to put Bagley, but we'll get back to it in a second. But next up, I believe, is Jesse, round 3, right? Is that what we're doing?
No,
he's saying his was the same as mine, so Shelby.
Yep. Oh, okay. So Shelby, that's awkward from a wife's point of view.
Right? Yeah, as soon as he was like, oh, that'd be awkward having her in the house, I was like, nope.
Shelby would like to use her pick to negate Jesse's pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Yuri Lowell from Tales of Vesperia, voiced by Troy Baker.
Is that an actual pick or is that the revenge pick? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's just what you want. Yeah, no, it would be awkward because Shelby would be kicking our assistant out of the house. That's.
And also still very, very like aggressively arguing with her and telling her to shut up, because that is my instant response anytime our Google stuff disconnects and goes back to default lady. As soon as she starts talking, I'm like, nope, shut up, stop talking. Where's the guy? Bring him back, not you.
Lindsay has she has the Google Mini, and hers goes back and forth sometimes. It'll literally be a girl one time, a guy next time, and I'm like, good Lord, how many voices you got in there?
A lot.
Oh.
Yeah, because ours is set to one of the male voices, but whenever it loses connection, like it disconnects from our Google Home for a second, like it loses internet, it will go back to default. And yeah, it'll be the regular girl. And Shelby cannot stand that regular voice.
So condescending.
Hunter, it's like putting the Chilean miners back in the mines. This is no me gusta.
No se gusta.
All right. Oh, well, now I forgot what Shelby actually said. It was from Tales of something.
Tales of Vesperia, Yuri Lowell, voiced by Troy Baker.
That's Troy Baker's getting work all over the place. Let's go to Hunter.
This is me. Hey, I was gonna say I'm gonna cheat. It's not cheating. It's not even technical. It's the thing. But I'm gonna do this purely for the other benefits, and that's Alfred Pennyworth from the Batman Arkham series. Who the fuck doesn't want Alfred living in their house, man? Come on.
No kidding.
I'm not just getting a smart speaker. I'm getting a butler. And a trained military butler at that.
An excellent butler with home security experience. Problem is you cannot afford
exactly. I don't have to. According to the rules, I get him. He's just there.
He just doesn't do anything.
That's what I was told. Yeah,
butler ever.
He's gonna do the thing. Yeah, it's gonna be great. I don't even remember who voices him in the games. It doesn't matter. I'm in it for the benefits.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Okay, all right.
That's all there is to say. Bruce is gonna be pissed, but it's fine.
No, little rich bitch.
You can afford another one.
Well, I said my next pick was going to be the worst one, and I stand by it. I would like to point out once again that I did not read the entire assignment and base this entirely on, oh, I like their voice. I think that would be cool. Because now, watching me from the shadows and asking me if I need anything right now or whatever is Lenny Briscoe from Law and Order, Justice is Served, played...
I like it.
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's good.
He's a great singer. He was Lumiere. And, well, no, he wasn't. His voice actor was. He's just a cop in New York who's now getting me my coffee in the morning.
Yeah, but it's going to come in one of those cool little Greek cups that says, like, we are happy to serve you.
Yes.
And he's going to hand it to you while he has his own and go, what do you think?
With a side of veteran sass.
I was really sad, by the way, when we were in New York to find out that nobody uses those cups anymore. Like, none of the places have them. It was such a dumb thing, but I was like, man, I really just want to get, like, a fucking cup of coffee from a street vendor and it be in one of those little blue Greek cups. And they don't have them. They don't have them anymore. Nobody has those things.
Goddamn Hollywood. Me and my friend, we were looking for this place.
Taking it away.
We were looking for this, you heard of this, damn it. I forgot the guy's name. Is it John Singleton? Who was it that wrote all the damn 80s? John Hughes. I was trying to do the dogma bit where they're talking about, you heard of this John Hughes fuck, and they find out it's all a movie. It's fine.
No, apparently they did use those cups constantly everywhere until about like 3 years ago. Like around COVID, they stopped using them for some reason, and now you can't find them anywhere.
Anna, please.
Hate my life. Lindsay, go ahead.
Well, don't worry. April 1st will be here in less than a month.
When you guys announce my death on our Podzilla page, no one will believe it.
No, they won't.
That is true.
Zach Kurgis will message me. That will never be answered.
Uh-huh.
All right, Lindsay,
so
next.
My next one is going for having the stronger possibility of answers being correct when I ask things, but we're going with Professor Layton. He can solve my problems for me.
That's a good one. I like that.
That's a good one.
More so than Phoenix, right?
I didn't even think of that. Because Phoenix usually gets it wrong.
He won't yell objection very loudly in our kitchen.
I mean, that would be a great alarm, to be fair.
It'd be a great way to stop me from cooking up another pizza.
But he's...
Phoenix
is just a lawyer. He just finds the like what's happening in the moment, not really the answers to just random questions. Like, that's not his deal.
He's a pretty good lawyer, but I prefer my lawyers to be blind and on Disney.
I agree.
Back to the top, Jesse Kimball.
And my next two are actually work out pretty well for this situation, because my next one is going to be Cortana from Halo.
Sure
are a lot of sexy women on your list, Jesse.
Man, I'm 2-2 right now.
I specifically left Cortana off because I knew Jesse was going to pick her at some point. But that to me was like the moment that I thought, okay, it's the actual, not the voice, the actual character or whatever. I'm like, well, that's the one, right? Cortana is just a visualized AI. I mean, that's it.
Like, she's an AI that can take care of all of our stuff. Like, she actually will understand everything Shelby says. So when Shelby swears at her, she'll get all sassy.
No. Google will too.
That is true.
If you curse at it enough, he will ask you not to curse at him.
That's true. But Shelby will never need to swear at Cortana, because Cortana will understand and be able to accomplish things, and maybe even fix our Wi-Fi problems.
That would be great.
That'd be fucking great for you.
Wait,
are you still having issues?
Well, not so much with the Wi-Fi. I think it's just this modem needs to be replaced at this point. I did have to send back that Wi-Fi stuff that I ordered. We'll talk about it later. Nobody cares right now.
Well, we talked about Wavis for 10 minutes. That's fine.
I was in a different segment of the show.
That's fine. All right. Cortana is a good pick, but which version of Cortana? Because as I understand it, she looks significantly different depending on the game.
Cortana is fine.
Well, it's got to be from a specific game, Jesse.
Halo Combat Evolved.
I have put series for multiple things. Like I put Moogle, I put Final Fantasy series, and it's fine.
Did you put Godzilla series?
No, I just put Godzilla
Son
for
of a
NES.
bitch! All right. Shelby, what's your next pick?
Now you're messing with
I am
Don't
going to
make
pick
me.
Anka from the Animal Crossing series.
Wait, is she the like
Which one?
Egyptian cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love her. She's one of the snooty cats, so she's also very sassy. But they don't actually talk. She's just gonna glare at me and cross her arms while going, which I think would be funny.
I'm surprised there's not more Animal Crossing on the list.
Well, I would have probably had more had I not only picked characters that could actually use words until I found out I could just do whatever.
I want to say one of my picks, but it was back when, I know it's on my turn, but I'm just going to say real quick, before I thought it was video games, I thought it was just characters. I was going to steal from Lindsay Al from Quantum Leap.
Oh, that's a whole different game.
Yeah, but I could not think of a single Quantum Leap game that would let me cheat and steal it. So
There isn't.
Double H.
I feel like had Jesse thought that this is the way it was going to go, he wouldn't have picked Captain Anderson. He would have picked my next pick, which is going to be Edie from the Mass Effect series. Because once again, we're just talking about AI. We're talking about an actual, AI assistant. It does exactly what we're doing. This is both a good voice one, and you know the character fits because it's still the same thing. I will, however, clarify. I don't want that weird female robot Edie body from 3. We're going to cut that one out. That's weird. It's too weird. It feels a little too Musk, if you know what I'm talking about. Like,
that one out. Like that, and like not just that, but like having her have a relationship with Joker.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, I'm happy for Joker,
like,
man. I'm happy for Joker. That's great for him.
You got to
Don't
marry
need
the
it
shit.
here. Not interested here. Yeah. Yep. Just the AI will be fine. Thanks.
All right. Well, my next one, I'm going to save Bagley for last because it's probably my favorite one. Skynet. Is that a bad idea?
Yes, it's a bad idea.
A terrible idea.
From Terminator Resistance. Look, I, for one, welcome our new cybernetic overlords. And I'd like to remind them that as a trusted member of the podcast community, I can help lure more humans into their salt mines.
That's not how that would work at all.
Oh my god!
They don't need to lure them; they force them.
They just push them in.
Skynet, and then they'll rename me Slynet, and we'll be like bros. All right, Lindsay.
We should have made this anything instead of just video games.
Seriously, I was trying to stay on the theme. Damn it!
I have.
My next one, I'm just gonna have to rely on his pantomiming for the most part, but I'm going with Kirby because he's pink and squishy and adorable, and just watching him waddle around the house with the cats would just be cute.
No,
he's gonna eat them though. He's gonna eat them. Yeah, like gonna eat everything.
To me, that's too much. What's the SNL skit? Is it Pogo with the little creature?
Yeah.
That would be. I would be sitting there eating and look over, and Kirby's just staring blankly at me in a corner, and I would not like that at all.
Well, I guess we know what you're having a nightmare about tonight.
I had a dream last night about me and Tanner fishing. What's wrong with me? Back to Jesse.
I'd say that just means you want to spend time with Tanner.
It can't be true. That's impossible.
My last one, like this is actually, potentially kind of great with the whole actual character there. Like I was going to pick a ghost from Destiny. So it being like, me actually getting a ghost means now that I'm functionally immortal. And I've got like a, ultra powered AI that can take care of like anything electronic.
Sure, and live in that dirty world with nothing but war and all that.
No.
No, it's here.
It's here. It's replacing my assistant.
But the problem is it's Peter Dinklage. which apparently
I'm
was
fine
a
with
cardinal sin to everyone but us.
Yeah, because it was
Jesse,
replaced
knowing-
by Nolan North, which is great, but I was fine with Dinklebot. I
Yeah.
had no problem with that.
Jesse, knowing what you know now, would you go back and replace any of yours with Claptrap from Borderlands?
Maybe one of the women.
See, I would not, because he would be the worst assistant of all time.
Especially
Yeah,
with
he would break it all.
fucking
He would
Jack
break everything.
Black's stupid voice.
Oh, and yeah, in that movie. Claptrap famously is awful at doing everything because he can't. Like, stairs are his weakness. He sends you to do everything because
He's terrible.
he has some reason that he can't do it. And so it's not like I have a lot of stairs at my house, but yeah, he would be stuck in the living room.
Correct. He would just live there, and then he'd talk to you all the time.
All the time.
Hate
He'd just be there
Super cheery
chatting.
voice.
Does that sound familiar, Shannon?
Yes, hate Claptrap. Who was next? I've lost track.
It's me.
All right, Shelby.
I think I'm going to change one of mine. I am going to go with Shigor from Psychonauts. It's voiced by Tara Strong, but it's
Oh my god, that character sounds so ridiculous.
Yeah.
I remember that character.
She's like this weird hunchback, crazy old lady with like corkscrew hair that goes up in all these different directions. And oh my god, she's just ridiculous looking. So she would. Let me copy.
While you're doing that, I want to tell the group, and I'm sorry to break this news, that I just saw a girl's name spelled Khleopatre.
There we go.
Cleopatra?
That's Cleopatra, and I just shuddered at it.
No.
Apparently, she's
that's
she's
bad.
with Jaden Smith. I don't know. I'm looking in the chat. to see.
Shelby, can you give us an impersonation of this character?
No.
Oh God, that looks like Phasmophobia.
Yeah, she's a
pretty much.
ridiculous character. And she has a very unique voice.
Well, now I feel like I need to hear Shelby do an impression of it. Shelby, go ahead.
No.
I would also like to hear this impersonation.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Nope. You say let's. That's let us. So you may.
Let us
Yeah,
let
you can.
you.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can.
All right. Well, Hunter, you're up next.
I had a lot of things here. I was gonna use Astro from Astrobot, but I'm gonna skip that because he's cute. But like that's kind of all it is. He doesn't really have like much of a voice or anything to mention. But I am gonna get my fucking dog back because I'm gonna go with Rex from the Fallout series, specifically from New Vegas, if I remember correctly. Rex is the dog that belongs to one of the kings who has the cyber brain, so he can talk. He's a German Shepherd who can speak, and he's got some robotic parts and stuff, which means that I get my dog back, man. Not literally my dog back, but I get a little dog. And he's gonna make it a lot longer because he can just replace his parts when they wear out. So he can just fix them.
Like Robodog.
I will say that because I don't think anybody else is going to do this. At one point in time, I strongly considered Galacta from Marvel Rivals, but exclusively for the purposes of working out and waking up, because it would just be, you've almost got it.
Big win.
Yeah, just constantly yelling at me about how things are going well.
I think I would be sick if every time I tried to be intimate with a woman and failed, she went, well, you can't expect to win them all. I'd be sick of hearing that. Because it would happen frequently.
You look outside and your parking brake is off, and she just goes, "Better stop that vehicle."
And when I finally hang myself, she goes, "Big win." All right.
Oh.
We'll move away from that.
Oh my god! I have to mention it before I leave it alone because this would have been this is my last go around. Sarah had only one answer for this question, and it was the right one for her. It was Sparks The Firefly from Spyro the Dragon.
The dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, she'd have been all over that one being. She's like, that's the only one I want. I don't care what it takes to keep him going. That's the one I want.
I'm surprised no one picked Navi.
That was the only other option that I had listed here. And to be fair, Navi is exclusively, like I said, a wake up. That's an alarm assistant. Hey, listen.
That's a broken phone.
Lisa.
Yeah.
My
put that little fairy in a jar.
Yeah. Airtight. No.
Please, someone clip Jesse Kimball saying, keep that fairy in a jar and send me that audio because I'm too lazy to do it on my own. Lord,
please don't do that.
Please don't do that. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I won't do that. If you haven't saved any of the things I've said over the years, please show mercy with my good friend. My last pick is Bagley from Watchdog Legions. I completely forgot about it until Hunter said that, so I scrubbed my other one. That's a lie. I didn't do all of them. So this actually gave me my last one. It's just an AI program. It's very smart. It's sassy and British. And through his help and technology, you can also see everything. I can look at Jesse, point my phone at him, and tell you every single thing about his life. That would be awesome. And it would also tell me if they like me or not, which is something I have trouble with occasionally.
He's, just an AI program, and the thing that follows you around. Until, of course, you know his full story, which I know you know.
Actually, I didn't. I forgot you could do that. I've never done it. I guess there is some more Watchdog for me to finish. No.
Because
I thought it was part of just the regular
I shouldn't
plot.
say anymore because you love that game too much. Otherwise, I would just tell you.
So tell me this: is it related to the one woman that was trapped online? That you?
I honestly don't remember that, but I do remember his sort of ultimate ending, and it's kind of rough, man.
All right. Well, thanks to denial.
He's a real person. Let me just put it that way. Or he was.
That's what I figured. It was like the girl, the crazy woman. Okay. Yeah, that's what I assumed as soon as Bagley started talking. It's like, there's no way you're... Another time. We'll talk about Watchdog Legions one day. Whenever we start the extras and epilogues of our video game series. And, thinking we'll call it Penta Nerd. Or Nerd Up.
Excellent names for a podcast.
Great choices.
Lindsay Wolfgang, you're last.
All right. I'm going to round it out with a character from a game that I have not played in forever. But I'm going to take Leafos from Viva Pinata.
Was that the weird dude with the leaf clothing?
No, she's the one who guides you at the beginning and teaches you how to play the game and warns you on how to take care of your pinatas when there's bad things coming.
But what does she look like?
She's the one that actually has the pleasant voice, not the obnoxious ones.
But what does she look like? Because it's not just a voice following you around. You're going to have to look at this thing in the face
she's
every
got like a
day.
tribal mask on, but like... It's all good.
What tribe does she belong to?
The fucking
the
victim?
leafy one?
Oh. Oh, I don't like the tribe, the fucking... Oh. I don't care for that one. All right.
Silence.
Well, we're done, and we're in just a little over an hour for the first time in months. So no more discussion. I do not want to talk to the rest of you for the rest of the night. With that said...
I do want to say one more thing.
Son of a bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am kind of glad that I didn't go through with a bit that I was going to do. Well, now that I know the extra rules for this game.
Oh.
I was going to start with Captain Anderson. Then I was going to pick the Arbiter from Halo. And basically the joke is that they were all going to be Keith David.
Well, Jesse's microphone and video camera just died.
But,
yep.
Yeah, we're now hearing him through Shelby's.
Yeah.
My internet died at an awful time.
He talked shit on that internet, and now it's coming back to haunt him.
Hey, there he is.
I'm back. What did you guys? What was the
We
last
heard the
thing?
Arbiter, and I think that was the last
quietly thought
thing.
that your bit was it's all Keith David.
Yeah.
That's it. You got it.
You could have even selected Keith David from Saints Row, played by
that's
Keith
true.
David. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's it. We're going to get out of here before we just ramble inconsistently or incoherently, I suppose. It was a good week of shows here
A little bit of both, right?
on Podzilla. On Tuesday, of course, we had an all-new Plays where... And this one should have been called The Thing That Kaz Did.
Yes, it should have.
Yeah, it really should have. Now that I think about it, that's very good.
And then we followed.
Because they'd be in. The best part is at the end of the episode, they'd be in suspense for the whole episode.
Yeah. Yeah.
The whole time it's like, shit,
Kaz
is this
do?
the thing? Is this the thing he does?
Although, to be fair, we could name an entire show weekly called The Thing That Kaz Did. A weird
and then
boy.
the subtitle is always just stupid ass fucking game.
Play it right, Kaz. And then it wasn't the only head dive into death we did this week. On Wednesday, we reviewed the Super Mario Brothers film from 1993.
Morton Jankel cut. Trust the fungus.
Boy, was it
so bad.
Also. And then, of course, tonight we had this wonderful thing. We will see you guys next week with all new episodes. Until then, to take us out tonight, we have a special performance as part of our spring concert series here on Podzilla 1985 After Dark. Please welcome Luna Roxy and the Midnight Coterie singing Sixpence None the Richer from their upcoming album, Your Perception is Our Reality.
Thank you, Podzilla 1985. The times have changed me, never richer for the things you gave. You still try to blame me for never becoming the thing you crave. I couldn't win for losing my spirit tied around your expectations, but you could have tried if you could have given me just one explanation. You couldn't apologize enough for keeping my tears in the bottom of a paper cup. Love is time's lost endeavor, and the sorrow that follows is what I'll hold on to forever. I keep who we were in this black and white picture, the death of love and sixpence none the richer. Put so much on my shoulders. You were my fire. How did my world grow so colder? Of course I chose to stay. I would stand with you through the worst, but you pushed me away. I guess my tears couldn't satisfy your thirst. You couldn't apologize enough for keeping my heart held down under that paper cup. Love is time's lost endeavor, and the sorrow that follows is what I'll hold on to forever. I keep who we were in this black and white picture, the death of love and sixpence none the richer. You couldn't apologize enough for keeping my smile unseen behind that paper cup. Didn't expect you to ask me to stay. I hope you know why I kept walking that day. Love is time's lost worth of love, and sixpence none the richer. Thank you! Thank you.